You see what happened in Port Harcourt now, they have suits. There's a challenge with that. So how do we avoid all those, very, 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 very tricky and just a dangerous, dimension to the oil exploitation in the northeast of the country? And you can see, because that area is landlocked, so we just have to devise, a developmental strategy that will be able to take all these, things out so easily. So yeah, dredging the River Niger, dredging the Benue will be part of it. Then taking a rail line into that particular pen is sort of should be the priority of this government. Or perhaps you guys say, okay, if the private sector is going to come in, let them come in and see how they can do that fast, so that we don't suffer all those neglect and loss that will suffer in the Niger Delta area. One very important thing, you can see how that area is so strategic to the economic well-being, and of course why you have this problem of insurgency in that particular area. Because far long ago there was a drone service, apart from one of the reports what I read from the analysis of the former security officer to late Abuja. Mustafa he dropped a bombshell on what the part of the entire north had, and people, because they've known for years, experts have discovered that this particular area there's so much economic resource, and so the only thing you can do is let there be crisis in that particular area, so that it diverts government away from making effective use of that resource for the benefit of the people, while few individuals just gather themselves together in the names of being bandits, in the name of being terrorists, or what I mean by call them, so that they can harness that resource for their own individual benefits. Yeah. And so if we are going to also avert that, that's why we have to step up our game to secure the entire area for the benefit of the people, because agriculture is going to suffer.
Agriculture is certainly going to suffer. Yeah, which is why I was a bit curious.
It's a food basket.
Yeah.
The entire North Central and Northeast also providing food for the country.
Yeah. So the president mentioned in that clip food security.
Yes.
But we do know that agriculture is probably going to take a hit.
Yes.
Because of this. So wouldn't that be a challenge?
No, that is why for now we must start our developmental plan for that for that region. It's expedient, and we need to move fast. Before, the more we delay, the more external factors they try to come in. At the end of the day, we're just going to be derailed. But I'm of the opinion that we must have learned our lessons of all those intricacies that happen in the Niger Delta area, and so we don't allow it to happen.
Well, we hope so. Prince, I would like you to contribute a little bit more.
If only we can actually learn our lessons. I think the thing is, prior to this exploration, what was the risk assessment done? In the course of the exploration, what was the risk assessment that was done to let us know the security implications, economic benefits, and vis-a-vis the other factors that we're actually mentioning now? The president's statement, as beautiful as it sounds, I think is also lacking in the context of content on how to manage all of this whole thing that is coming up. Are there plans put in place to ensure, to see to the developmental processes of this region? The answer is no, because they only not thinking
for the host community.
What has always happened in this country is we always see this fire brigade approach, or you see where they put the cart before the horse. I mean that's not done. I think the government now needs to begin to tell ourselves this truth. Okay, we know that there are byproducts that comes with crude. Which of these byproducts we can locally produce here? And let's start thinking of how to generate more modular refineries within those regions. Very important.
I would like you to expatiate on that.
Yeah.
But before I do that, I want to just open up the conversation a little bit, open up the lines. This is Citizen FM 93.7. You're listening to the Super Citizen at Sunrise. And this is the big talk. And we're talking about the discovery of oil in commercial quantities in the northern region of the country. What must be done to avoid mistakes that have been made in the past? Now, if you have any thoughts on this, feel free to call on 0903 22 29 797 or 0818 22 22 205, or 0808 22 22 037. You can also send your WhatsApp messages to any of these numbers, and we'll be very happy to share with Abuja your views. We need ideas. Let's see how we can get our country moving forward. Prince, I'm coming back to you with the things that we can do, all of these byproducts, because we seem to have an obsession with selling the crude.
That's what I was
and the product that we use the most, which is petrol, we've struggled to produce it. But then there are others. There's fertilizer, which is, I think, the second
there's
big
jelly.
one.
There's wax.
There's petroleum jelly.
There's feedstock.
There's wax. There is all that. So along those lines, what needs to be done?
It's simple. The thing that needs to be done is, for what to be sincere, I say, if you go to Petroleum Institute in Furu, there's been research done on how to be able to utilize the potential that comes with crude. If the government can pick up that document, dust it off, and start implementing what was suggested. We have experts that have been trained through PTDF, that have been sent abroad to go study, from Scotland, Dundee and other places in the world, and to come back. So we need to be able to utilize our experts that we've spent so much money in training abroad and say, okay, let's see what we can do with these things. The need for a concentric plan put in place to see that we don't only just export to make the money. It's when you export, it's like a bereft of ideas, because when the people don't have the right stuff to do, it is because those in government truly do not have what it takes to be in government. I'm sorry to say, we've always had misfit opportunists in power. We've not really had people who truly are, prepared for such positions. So I think, in sincerity, they can tell themselves some truth. We don't have the capacity. Call for help. And Nigerians will be there to help you, because we have Nigerians.
But we've had technocrats of all kinds.
We have them across the globe.
So is the problem that these people are misfits, or is the problem that they are political exigencies and vested interests that prevent us
is the
from
misfit.
doing this?
You see, when you have people who have no business being in position of authority, the first thing they do is to destroy structure. That's the first thing they do. Second thing they do is to find different ways with which to, short circuit the processes in order to just feel like they are good. So they have consultants.
Let's take this call. Just a moment. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, could you tell us your name, where you're calling from?
My name is Patrick.
Okay. All right, Patrick, please go ahead.
Good morning to the guests.
Good morning.
Mr. Stanley,
Yes, sir.
you have a question that I want to give you an answer. I want to ask you a question. You said, what can we do to prevent the mistake of the past? Have we corrected the mistake of the past?
No, we haven't. What can we do to correct it?
The cleanup in Ogoni has not been carried out. The cleanup has not been carried out. So for now, if we have the way that one of the guests said, that when you have leaders who have the interests of the country at heart, the interests of Nigerians at heart, then all these things we can bring solutions. There are solutions. Many people have provided solutions. But is the government listening? Like what the guest just said now, there are so many documents everywhere to better the country in Nigeria. But are the government willing to do it? So when people have leaders, we can now speak of solutions. Maybe those who have to carry the solutions and implement it. But for now, let's continue to discover food wherever we want to discover it in Nigeria. As long as we have not corrected the mistake of the past, I don't think we are going anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you very much about that. And this is, what we're very much concerned about. Prince, please go ahead.
I was also going to add that when we look at the crisis that is going on in the Niger Delta region, the call for resource control, the call for, the needs for the people of that region to want to have a sense of belonging is as a result of the failure of government in doing the right thing. Now, oil discovery in this Kromane is one other issue that will bring up so many factors. See, because once sugar is exposed, ants will gather it. We need to understand that. But if you put that sugar in a bottle and ensure that it's properly tight, it means the ants will not come gather it. So what you now do, not only keeping it there in the bottle, but from time to time distribute the sugar to those who are deserving of this sugar. So when they want to take their tea, they can actually have sugar in it. Now, it's a proverbial statement I'm making, but the sense is that because we have discovered oil there, we need to begin to look at the potentials within that region. What are the agricultural potentials that is? What are the tourism potentials that is on? Invest in those areas. So people are busy in doing meaningful things and gainfully employed so that they don't get to put their eyes in finding ways to want to start doing illegal refinery. That because you see what happens in Niger Delta region is as a result of the inability of the government to truly empower the people and do the right thing. Yeah. So people now discover ways through the help of those who had worked in those companies before to start doing illegal refinery, which they call illegal refinery, that are helping the economy in those areas, though causing environmental degradation in that environment. That's why soot almost are killing people in those regions. In my community, the same thing, but we have to start to look for a way to destroy. So government need to begin to look at that. Now, when we say to talk about government, it's also a sorry state to the fact that government actually the people that came from the people. So we need to take responsibility and ensure that we participate in the political processes and getting the right people put in place.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, we will have to leave that there because our time has been spent. But I do want to say thank you very much to my guest, Prince Kevin Fineface, and also to Dr. Akinreti. It's been a pleasure having both of you on the program this morning. I also want to say a big thank you to the rest of the crew, everyone who helped to make this program successful. Thanks to my producer, Fred, to the engineer, Michelia, and his assistant. Thank you to everyone who cared to listen to this show. You are much appreciated. And I wish you a lovely day wherever you are. So